It's probably the first time that Hilda has not fully known what to do with Sabrina. I think in part 2 it's darker, actually. I didn't know that that could happen after cooking a child, but it is darker.
Part 2 is sexier, definitely. There's a lot more about the witch world, and the witch world is a very sexually active kind of world. And Zelda's very much involved in that as well.
I think the biggest difference between part 1 and part 2 is Sabrina especially has grown up. You can feel that just in her confidence and her demeanour. But obviously I'm going to have to eat her or kill her or do something bad with her.
I get to build upon what we touched on, because like he's got a lot of a rich past, a lot in his past that we're not really privy to 100%, and to be able to kind of harken back to that without the audience really knowing is what's been the most fun.
She had a dark baptism, and there's nothing we can do to stop her.
Finish it! Hilda's quite confused at first by Sabrina's attitude change, and she's concerned by it because she also just doesn't know what it means.
I'm gonna say it, sorry, Sabrina can be very stubborn-headed. You know, the consequences aren't necessarily felt by her, but felt by those around her, her family, right? It's Ambrose and her aunties that ultimately suffer for her mistakes, which is part of the hubris, which is, you know, part of like a character needs hubris.
I think, you know, she's very proud of Sabrina, but she's also frightened by her independence and some of the decisions that she's making along the way. Some of the decisions she thinks are not the right decisions, and then she's kept in the dark about certain things that Sabrina is doing, and that definitely causes tension to see Sabrina as almost an adult in this world.
For Madam Satan, what you see with her development, we find out why she's bad. Like, what makes people bad? I think she intrigues Sabrina, and I think there's a genuine fondness between the two of them, but I'm not sure it's going to end that well for one of them.
I feel I must warn you. This is who I am.
Sabrina!
In part 2, Hilda and Zelda do both have love interests. Can't just happen for the young ones, you know. But their relationship I love because it's so up and down. I mean, it couldn't be closer.
You get to see how they work together on things and how much Zelda really deeply loves Hilda and cares about Hilda as much as I think she gets annoyed by Hilda.
You'll see someone messes with Zelda and Hilda deals with it, and it doesn't end well for the person.
They're such different personalities, but when it comes down to it, she's got Hilda's back all the way.